All right. Hold on. Let's see here. Should be live on Facebook right now. Yeah, and we indeed are.
Let's open this puppy up here so I can get the chat up.
Hold on real quick. What the hell's going on? I gotta make sure that this fits. Hold on. This is like going haywire right now. It's going absolutely bonkers.
What happened to the Ennis jersey?
I changed it up.
So they changed it. God damn it, bro. I think we're good here. All right, man. Welcome to another episode of Inspired by True Event Sports Podcast. Got my boy Kenny and Phil with me. How you fellas doing? How you living? How you feeling? What's been going on in the wonderful lives of you two?
Can't complain, It's just ready for the draft, and it's almost 50 days away. But when your team sucks, that's all you have to look forward to.
Can we have you repeat that again? The Falcons suck.
We were 4-12. We suck. I can't sit here and lie to you.
Oh man. How about you, Phil? How you feeling, bro?
Doing pretty good. Bought a old school retro Xbox recently with some games on it, so pretty excited. So pretty good week this week. And it was my birthday Tuesday, so also pretty good week.
Yes,
Bless up.
Yes, it was. Happy belated, man.
Appreciate it.
Oh man. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now. NFL, NBA. We got March Madness is going on right now too. I'm really excited for that. So where do you guys want to start and unpack first?
Well, let me first just throw out there. I will be doing a March Madness bracket. I'll put the info out on social media after this. Yeah, it's going to be $20 a bracket. You can enter up to 2 brackets, and first place will take 75% of whatever the pot is, and second place will take 25%. I can't put a total on it yet because I don't know how many people are going to join. So that's how we're going to break it down.
All right, I like that.
Gotcha. IBTE members get discounts, right?
You wish.
he talking about a discount already.
That would have been Neil's first question.
Oh yeah. What's the
Discount?
promo code, bro?
Discount. Oh man, but we got NFL right now. There's a lot of stuff going on for free agency. When does free agency begin?
The legal tampering period begins on Monday, I think they said. I was watching today. So that's when the legal tampering period begins. I don't think they can officially sign them until like a week after that.
They can only do like agreements, right? They can't like literally sign documents until then.
Right. Like it's legal for them to talk to someone who technically isn't a part of their team yet, starting next week. It's like the moratorium period with the NBA, where they can start talking to them, but you can't put pen to paper yet.
Gotcha.
Pen to paper.
Right.
Oh man, it's been a depressing. It's been a depressing end of the season for myself being a Saints fan and watching the team be released, restructured, or trades are coming soon, I guess. But
You still have Breeze for now, so you'll be all right.
Drew Brees, right? You still got Drew Brees. Yes.
That's the thing, though. Like, he's doing them no favors. Because I know it does. They're still going to have to pay him if he retires, but it's not the full contract. So what is he waiting for? Like, if you're going to retire, help him out.
He's probably waiting for him to see how the roster looks like. To be honest.
There ain't no roster in it. It's partially because of him.
I don't know who knows what Drew Brees is thinking right now.
Drew Brees is thinking, I'm getting this money. They're going to have to force me out of here, and they're going to have to pay me a full contract. That's what Drew Brees is thinking.
Well,
Drew Brees is about that paper.
Yeah, he's due for like 20-something million, I believe.
You gotta pay those hospital bills somehow.
Chill out. Too soon. He's a trooper, man. You can't. What you gonna do? What's been going on with you guys, with your guys' team as far as free agency goes? Who's on the radar for you guys? Patriots, Falcons. What's going on?
Well, the Falcons did not franchise tag Keanu Neal, which will make him a free agent this offseason, which I kind of saw coming. A lot of Falcon fans saw it coming too. He's been hurt too much for them to try to give him, a franchise tag. We can bring him in cheaper if we wanted to. DeMonte KZ, who's also was our other starting safety, who was out with the ACL injury this year, also did not get brought back. So that was a little bit surprising. And then Ricardo Allen, who was our other starting safety, got cut. So right now the Falcons have one safety on the roster, and he was a rookie last year, only played in a few games because he got hurt. So that's going to be interesting. We also cut James Carpenter, who was our starting left guard, who was hot garbage on a terrible contract. So glad he's out of there. But the best thing we did was we paid our MVP. Younghoe Koo got an extension, baby. So we're going to the Super Bowl.
If you can't score touchdowns, you're going to be able to kick field goals.
Hello. Lead the league in points right there.
MVP. As for the Patriots, not much. Just basically, they made a trade with the Raiders, I think, a couple of days ago to get Trent Brown back, which most likely means Joe Thuney is at the door. There's some reports. They franchise tagged him last year. They decided to do it this year, so he's most likely gone. So that's kind of some insurance for that O-line.
Was he left tackle?
Yep.
Guard. Oh, I thought it was a guard.
Left guard. You're right. I think and Trent Brown was used to play left or right, so just some insurance there. Mm-hmm. Also, N'Keal Harry wants to trade apparently, so with the way our quarterback situation is I don't blame him because who knows who's going to be there. It could be Jimmy Garoppolo. Could we bring back Cam? Just a bunch of who knows. And then also Cal Van Noy might be a future target for the Patriots because I don't know if he been officially released from the Dolphins or
no. They moved on from him.
So
they did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was last week or the week before. Because I think they're taking I think they save a bunch of money or something like that.
Like $11 million. Yeah. And then the McCourty brothers want him back, so I wouldn't mind having him back, but maybe we should go a little bit younger on the.
Yeah, I would say here's the problem with the Patriots. Like they're bringing back these guys, but they're not young, and it's not like you guys are in win now mode. So what is the like? Even when everyone's like, "Oh, we're gonna get back Dante Hightower and Pat Chung," like, yeah, those are great impact players, but they're old. Like we're not, they're not young guys, and you're not in win now mode. So I don't really know what good it does you.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned it like maybe a week or two ago about you're going to see a lot of 1-year deals being made this offseason. So maybe Patriots can, increase that money than they usually do because they usually pay not a lot for a contract. So maybe they step up their pay price for a 1-year deal to try to get in win now mode. So
yeah, I don't know who signs with them though, because if you look how the roster is constructed, like I get what you're saying, it makes perfect sense for the Patriots to try to do it. But if I'm an aging guy who's trying to win now, I'm not going to the Patriots on a 1-year deal. I'm not going to the Falcons on a 1-year deal. So
that's true. Hey, just gotta hope we get someone. Maybe I think once we get that quarterback system figured out, I think everything else will hopefully fall into place. It just depends on the draft, free agency, or trade. And there's a lot of quarterbacks out there, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I was listening to one of my sport guys this week, and they were saying the Patriots said that their number one plan is to get Jimmy Garoppolo. Like that is their end all be all, is to bring Jimmy Garoppolo back home. So I don't know how, but I mean, and realistically, we all know the 49ers don't want Jimmy G. They're just not saying it because they're trying to drive the price up on him. But
because I think there's a lot of people that on like online like Bleacher Report. I don't know how reliable those articles are, but they kept seeing plans about having the 3-step plan for Patriots to go back to the playoffs is like get Jimmy G, get Al Robinson, and draft Kyle Pitts, which the bottom two are nearly impossible because Al Robinson got franchise tagged in. How would we get Kyle Pitts to get? That's like a top 10.
Right. So, yeah, exactly. You got to trade to the top 8 minimum.
Yeah. So just a bunch of question marks with the offseason.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts is a dog.
So. Listen, one question mark that got answered was Dak Prescott.
Dak.
We've been wondering for years. Are they going to pay the bag?
He said, give me my money. And he said what Jerry Jones said. He said, if anybody was going to take advantage of me financially, I'm glad it was Dak. Or something like that. So
he took advantage of him.
He hit him over the head.
Listen.
What's your take, bro? What's your take?
Next year, he's the highest paid quarterback in football. Let me say that again in case you guys didn't hear what I just said. Next season, Dak Prescott is the highest paid quarterback in football.
He will make $66 million in his first year of his contract.
That's more than Patrick Mahomes. That's more than Russell Wilson. That's more than Aaron Rodgers. Okay.
And I think Cowboys restructured their O-line, so they saved like more cap space. So who knows what they're going to do with it?
Yeah, they said the deal ends up saving money.
Yeah, he's due for the base salary is $9 million in 2021.
Yeah, you got to check with the bonuses on
bonus
it because that's
66.
Yeah, that's what because they saved money on the cap by moving it out of the bonus when they signed him. But it's just to me, it's wild that they're going to be paying him. What is it like $42 million a year? Like Patrick Mahomes' contract averages out to be $50 million a year. You mean to tell me Dak Prescott is only $8 million worse than Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, I know it's a quarterback market, but if I'm Jerry Jones, I'm making someone else be the fool and pay him that much money because I ain't.
Imagine how Deshaun Watson and all the other quarterbacks are looking at it. Like, he got paid that much. I'm going to have to aim for 44 mil.
He'll make more money. He'll make more money than Patrick Mahomes in 4 years.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why
in that 4-year span, he's gonna make more money than Mahomes for his 10-year deal. So
he hit him over that, and that was crazy. As in 4 years, he's not old, so he's gonna if he performs average, you now have to pay this man the same contract or more. So he knew what he was doing. That was the whole problem the whole time. Is Jerry Jones wanted to lock him in long term, and Dak ain't no dummy. He said no, 4 years or nothing. And Jerry Jones caved. I can't believe he did it. Actually, I could. Jerry Jones is an awful GM, but
it'd be fun.
Too emotional.
He is. That's exactly. You hit the nail on that. He is emotional.
Yeah, emotional and business don't go together. You gotta separate that.
Right. That's why he needs to hire a GM, because he's the owner too. So that you can't be the owner and the GM. It's not good.
Bill Belichick? Isn't he the owner? He's not the owner. He's the coach. You know, same thing. He got more. This is about the same pool.
But even that is dangerous. We saw that with Bill O'Brien. Yeah. That's because when a coach starts to now perform poorly, like Bill O'Brien does, they start to sell the farm on the future because they know, well, if it don't work out, I ain't going to be here anyways. And that's why we see the Texans had no draft picks. You got to think smart with this stuff. There needs to be a coach, a GM, and an owner. There are not many people that can pull off doing both. Even Bill Belichick, he has done great, but now we kind of have to wonder, is it because he had Tom Brady playing quarterback for him? Did that cover up a lot of things? Because he ain't hit on a first-round pick in a long time.
Right, and then he sold the future to get all those rings back then, so the future's kind of murky over there. So
I'd do it too. ring me.
That's what I'm saying. If I'm the coach, my goal is to always win this year. So if I got to sell 5 years down the road to win this year, why do I care? Ain't my team to worry about. You don't like me, you'll fire me.
Right. Man, appreciate y'all for tuning in to the IBTE Sports Podcast right now. We got Lawrence, Kenny, and Phil. We're just talking about the the NFL offseason, just the madness, free agency, and just everything that's going on. Like I said, recap. I'm sad about the Saints. That's why I got this picture behind me. The guy to my would this be my left, right, whatever you want to call it. Lattimore might be gone. I'm packing it in. I'm gonna pack it in right now. It's been nice. Yeah, Lattimore is gone. Sad day.
You might want to tell Kamara to activate that Airheads sponsorship ASAP.
What, you gonna give him $200,000? That's about it.
Better than nothing.
Right. He said better than nothing. Yeah, Lattimore is gonna want top dollar. He's gonna want to reset. He's gonna want to reset the market 100%.
The thing is, though, where the Saints might have the upper hand is who's going to pay him that, though, to reset the market. He ain't the best corner in the league, so he ain't going to get best corner in the league money.
He's not. He's to me, he's like I feel like he's a B+ corner.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's a B+ corner. I feel like he shows up when you need him, but when he has a lot of injuries too. He struggled through the hamstring this year. So
he could 100% be your number one corner if you have a good defense around him. But if you're looking at him to just go guard their best receiver and lock him up, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, and the thing about him, what I realized this season too, he's not like little. I just realized that. I thought he was like a smaller corner, but then I was watching him in his matchups, and he's like, I think he's close to 6 foot or something like that. And I'm like, all right. Even though he frustrated me a lot this year, but man,
sure
what'd you say?
Because that's the whole team that frustrated you.
Man, I love my Saints, man. You gotta ride or die.
Hey, we all have
week to week, man. You know my motto. Come on.
Cap space to cap space.
Cap space to cap space. Restructure to release.
That GoFundMe about to be looking nice.
GoFundMe. Imagine if an NFL team did that to keep a player. GoFundMe.
Listen, if there's ever going to be a team we're going to see do it first, it'll be you guys.
Why us?
Because, listen, bro, you guys are trying to cut all these players to get to the cap. What happens when you get there and you only got 12 guys on your roster? You then have to find a way to get 41 more guys signed.
The replacements, like that movie with Shane Falco and all of them.
Right, but they ain't even going to have a penny to pay them.
This is ridiculous.
You got to at least find 53 cents at that point.
All right, I've had enough, okay?
The payment.
Payment in Dogecoin, AMC, man, to the moon. Pay him in crypto.
You got to figure something. Speaking of that, though, it's funny you say that. Russell Okung, when he signed with the Panthers last year, he worked out his deal all on his own or whatever. It might have been the year before, but I forget what it was.
Regardless. I think I mentioned this. Yeah, I think I mentioned this, yeah.
When he got his signing bonus, he told him, I want half of it in Bitcoin. Man is smart. And he worked out his own deal with no agent, so guess what? All that money was his.
Hey. Big brain move.
Hello.
He said big brain move. They said Bitcoin. They said not actual cash. Okay.
Yeah. Put that in my exactly. Put that in my Bitcoin account.
All right, man. Gonna have some fun today. Do you guys want to go? Which way you guys want to go here? You guys want to go with the preview here first, or the dream lineups first?
Let's go with the preview. We'll see how much time we got left.
All right. Okay, so this part we are gonna do a NFL draft preview based on teams' needs. We're just gonna go through each team and voice personally why we feel like they need what they need.
Yeah. So, because basically hopefully next week, if all things go as planned, we're going to be doing a mock draft where each one of us has been assigned 8 teams. So when we get to the team that we're picking for, we're going to say, like, we're the GM. This is what we think the team needs. Obviously, we have no Neil right now. So it'll kind of just be like the 3 of us just saying, like, all right, looking at this is what I'd say they need. But when we get to the teams that we're actually picking for, we're going to tell you we're the GM and this is what we think we need.
So it's going to be a lot better cooperation without Neil here. So we're happy. Unless you finally get the sentence while I get interrupted.
Pardon the interruption.
Yeah, but you don't even say that.
Hey, man, if you guys tuning in, man, make sure you guys hit that share button on this video. Share it to a friend. We appreciate you guys for tuning in with us on another Thursday night. We could be doing anything, but you're here with us. So we appreciate you. So we're going to get right into it. Let's get right to the Jags, man. What do the Jacksonville Jaguars need?
And this is a Neil pick, I believe, correct?
Yeah.
Right. The first time.
So the Jags need everything. So anything you say here would be correct, but the world knows Trevor Lawrence is the pick.
Right. There's really no debate about this one.
Yeah.
No.
We
don't believe in Cashew.
Who?
Cashew? Minshew. Cashew. Minshew.
Listen, Minshew might be somewhere next year.
He's not a bad. He's a gutsy quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. He might end up somewhere like Chicago or Washington if they can't get their quarterback.
Hey man, he's a young Fitz.
He really is.
He plays with a lot of heart, a lot of crazy passes. Some passes that you should not throw in the NFL, he will throw it 9 out of 10 times.
Oh, speaking of
insane.
Fake news, there was a report earlier in the week that Ryan Fitzpatrick was, talking about retiring, and then Ryan Fitzpatrick comes out and says, "No, I'm talking about where am I playing next year." So we will still have some Fitz magic in the league next year.
I like it. Come down to New Orleans, bro.
Yeah.
Realistically,
I wouldn't mind. Listen, $700,000 per year. We can make it happen.
He's a nice gap quarterback, like
league minimum. Some excitement down in the Big Easy. Hopefully, Corona's done and get the crowd going. This guy, man, if that'd be crazy. All right, so Phil, what are we saying? We saying all quarterback. We saying quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best available, and he that's been the lock ever since the Jaguars solidified that pick. I mean, if they mess up this pick, it's going to be a lot of roasting.
Let me ask you this, right? Say they got the number 1 pick, right? And they go to the Dolphins or somebody that's got multiple picks in the first round, and they try to trade to get like 3 in the first round or something astronomical. 2 in the first. If they trade back, get 2 in the first, and get
like a future first.
Oh yeah, like a future first, and then 2 more seconds or something crazy in this year's draft. Would you guys do that?
If I can do it with the Dolphins, absolutely. You know why? Because I only dropped down to number 3, and there's 4 quarterbacks that are going to be good quarterbacks in this draft. So yes, and it almost takes the pressure off of you as a GM because I didn't miss. If you get the number 1 pick and you had to pick up every player in the draft and you missed, that's tough to come back from.
Bro, do you know what the dynamic of that would be a domino effect? Because Jags go, I'm not picking the best player in the draft. Then the Jets are sitting there like Sam Darnold.
Well, it's like that movie Draft Day. Remember the movie Draft Day? Anyone watch that? They didn't take the quarterback, and all of a sudden everyone said, "Well, what's wrong with this guy? What's wrong with this guy?" Mm-hmm. And that's what will happen if somebody passes on Trevor Lawrence. Everyone might be afraid to touch him because they're going to be afraid that it's damaged goods. And what did I miss that you didn't?
Until pick 15, but that's a different story. But
to pick 15.
Yep. Or until the Falcons. Who knows?
Man, listen.
Yeah, I agree with Kenny.
He just had his surgery too, but it was non-throwing shoulder. So
unless it's the second, I mean, the probably lowest I'd go is the Dolphins. If it's the Dolphins or Jets, I'm doing it. But if it's like maybe a little bit past the 10th or 11th pick, I'd probably be a little shaky about doing it.
Because you do need a quarterback, like.
Yeah, I can't pass up on all of the good quarterbacks.
Exactly. I equate this draft to the Zion Williamson draft, where even if you're a GM and you seriously are saying, I don't think Trevor Lawrence is the best player in the draft, you have no choice but to draft him, though. Because if you're the idiot that passed on Trevor Lawrence and he turns out to be all world, you can't come back from that. Yep. But now if you pick Trevor Lawrence and he's a bust, no one's going to blame you because the whole world told you how to draft him. which was the same thing I said about Zion. Like, I personally thought there were players that were going to end up being better NBA players. Boy, do I look stupid now. But the point was, I thought that was going to be the case. But as a GM, you can't not draft Zion number 1.
That is a whole fact. Jeez.
Like, more added pressure on Jacksonville.
That is the truth. But going from there, we got the Jets. That's another nil pick. Okay. What do you guys feel like the team's needs are there for the Jets?
Everything again.
I see that. This is where I differ. Like, if I were the Jets GM, I don't need a quarterback. Mm-hmm. I have Sam Darnold, and I have a new coach there. I'd be okay with it. So if I'm the GM, I'm getting Sam Darnold playmakers.
I feel like,
someone to protect him.
See, my thing is, right.
Yes.
There's somebody to protect him. That is very true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially like Kenny mentioned earlier. After this Super Bowl, the price or the need for offensive linemen just went through the roof.
Because they just got one last year, I believe.
Mekhi Becton, who's going to be a beast. The dude is like from Louisville.
Louisville. Okay. I was going to say
huge. The dude is the size of a house. Like, no one's getting by him when he's healthy. He played half the season hurt.
Yeah. For me, Jets. You can't really. What I would say, I don't know the defense. I got to look into the defense a bit more, but I would say outside of going to get Mr. Heisman, I don't think you can get anybody else. I would say just go get him. Go get Smith. He's a playmaker. He can run every route. He'll eventually get bigger anyway. They're not gonna let him play his whole career as a twig, so he'll be fine. But you got to go and get him.
Or do you go Jamar Chase? Because like people forget because he sat. Yeah. Jamar Chase is better than Devontae Smith.
Yeah. It's a matter of, can Sam Darnold get them the ball? They can run routes all day long, but
yeah, I'm willing to give Darnold another shot since give him a decent O-line, maybe some reliable weapons. Who knows what he can do? Man, he had some problems coming into the draft when he was
right. Like, I don't think they do give him another shot, which is unfortunate because they're already saying that they'll listen to calls for him. But I personally think that Sam Darnold is not your problem there. And if you take a quarterback at number 2, you're just going to be in the same hole you're in right now.
With no weapons. That's my thing. It's like it's over and over. It happens over and over. All right, this quarterback's not up. This quarterback's not it. All right, you don't have no pieces, but this quarterback's not it, and it's just never-ending cycle.
Like, his number 1 receiver is who? Jamison Crowder.
Yeah,
Come on now.
Right.
Like, Rashad Perriman, Jamison Crowder.
Braxton Berrios.
Yeah. Kalen Ballage is his running back. Like, come on.
For example, take Drew Brees and Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan gets drafted. Who did they go and get? Julio Jones.
Mm-hmm. Well, and they already had
Roddy was already there.
Exactly. Yep, they had Roddy. They brought in Tony Gonzalez the next year. Like, that's
Calvin Ridley comes later. Like Drew Brees, he had Brendan Cooks, Michael Thomas, Lance Moore, all these guys. None of these quarterbacks people that say they're trash every Sunday, they have nobody. And Denzel Mims is not bad either.
He was hurt a majority of the season.
You got was it Harridan?
Chris Herndon, another one. He was hurt a lot of the season too. Like, these are guys
good too.
So you go and you grab another playmaker, like, let these guys develop together. Mm-hmm. Like, I just, why are you trying to blow this thing up already?
Yeah. We're going from there. Phil, it's you, man. Dolphins. What's up?
Well, with them, almost making the playoffs last year, I don't know. Who knows if they're even going to have Tua. It's literally a mix-up with quarterbacks. But if Tua does stay, they need a playmaker, just like the Jets. They need someone to take the pressure off of Devontae Parker. And, there's a couple options. They could grab a wide receiver, one of the 2 that we mentioned earlier, or maybe a tight end from Florida. Who knows? They just need another playmaker to help with their current tight end and Devontae Parker. So I'm going to have to go with an offensive player. They need one badly to take some pressure off.
I feel you. All right, Kenny. Your boys.
Falcons. What don't we need?
Team needs.
Yeah, see, now if I'm the GM of the Falcons, I look at it and I say, there's a couple things you could do. Obviously, on defense, you need everything except for linebacker, I would say. Yeah, pretty much you need everything except for linebacker. And then on offense, you have a quarterback and you have a great receiver, but they're also aging. So do you go with somebody to replace them? Do you not? I think number 4 is too early to go running back, so I take that off the table. But I'd say if I'm the Falcons GM, which I will be next week, you got to look at a playmaker or you look at a cornerstone defensive piece. But I'm not sure there's a cornerstone defensive piece in this draft class to take at number 4.
Yeah, to take at number 4. Never know, man. You might go get you might be a mini Khalil Mack in there, edge rusher. But you never know with these guys, though. You never know. But
number 5, I believe, is also me with the Bengals, correct?
Yes, it is.
So as the GM of the Bengals, I need either somebody to protect Joe Burrow or I need somebody for Joe Burrow to get the ball to. And that is the only thing I'm looking at with the number 5 pick in the draft as the Cincinnati GM.
Nothing else you say, getting right to it.
Yes. Build around I drafted my quarterback last year. Now let's allow him to win.
Mm-hmm. I got the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles.
What the Eagles continue to miss every fucking year in the draft. Every year. It's funny to just watch that they have all this talent in front of them and they just continue to miss every year. And then complain that the positions that they have lack. You have to go and get a wide receiver. Go and get a playmaker, please. Go and get a playmaker or go get a cornerback, I would say. Go get I would say a defensive. I would say corner. Go and get a corner or go and get a wide receiver. Running back set. Quarterback is set. Based on the emotional attachments that the fans have. So that's going to be... We got... Oh, Mr. Neil is in the building. Neil's in the building. Hold on.
Oh.
Neil's in the building.
Oh, we could have done our mock draft.
Yo!
Hey, yo. Nah, we're playing for it better than next week. It's all good.
Yeah, no, I understand. We could have done it.
Yeah. We're good. What's good, man?
So I went to go do my remote work, right? So the servers and everything like that. I went to go log in and do all that good stuff, right?
Just for anybody for people that don't know, he got a good paying job. He got a pension and all that good stuff. So if you
401k,
I don't have any of that. No 401k. I don't have vacation time. I don't have sick time. I don't have a good paying job. But anyways,
the lying is tremendous.
So.
Acting.
We had a backup generator test done today at my job, and they switched the power off and turned it back on, and I guess the backup generator didn't work, so I can't log into my computer right now because my computer at work is off. So I'm out. So it worked out. I mean, I don't get the OT.
But he's here for the podcast.
I'm here for the pod. I'm here for my boys.
All
right. So Neil, what we're doing right now is we're just going through. Being the GM of the team.
What platform are we on?
We're on YouTube. We're on YouTube.
Yeah, what's good?
What's good, Nick?
We're just going.
Nick LaBella, we appreciate your support, man.
Man, fuck you.
We see you, man.
We're going through right now being the GM of our teams that we're drafting for next week, and we're saying what we think our team needs are. That's it.
Not the particular player, just the
just the need.
So I just had the Eagles. I think the Eagles need to go and get a defensive back, preferably a corner. Or go and get a top wide receiver. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Is it my turn?
No,
we got to see who's next.
We're on the Lions, and that is Phil.
Well, tough offseason for the Lions so far. We probably will see Marvin Jones and Kenny Galladay walk out the door, and you only have left is.
Although we've come. The Lions franchise is trash.
Bro, they got a great new starting quarterback. I'm expecting good things out of them this year.
Yeah,
Patty.
You give him 2 thumbs up?
1 thumb down.
All right, so who you got? Who you got, Phil?
I mean, you're also going to need someone to replace them. So who knows? Maybe someone might be available. I'm saying one of the top two receivers might be available at that pick. Who knows? Because the Bengals need an O-line. Lawrence mentioned defense. It's not a strong possibility, but if they're there, like one of the top 3 or 4 wide receivers, you have to grab them to just have someone for Jared Goff to throw the ball to. Also, they might need on defense. They need to fix that linebacking core with a bunch of players, not performing or leaving through free agency, and also D tackle too. I feel like they need a solid D tackle in there as well.
Right. Nice. I have the Panthers. I hope the Panthers go and get nobody. I think that what the Panthers need right now, to be honest, man, I would say address O-line. You have the playmakers all over the field on offense. The youth on defense is there. You can't complain at that. So, if anything, I would say either edge rusher or you go and get an O-lineman. That's what I would say. Team needs for them. Keep it simple. Phil?
Next to the Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know how much belief they have in young Drew Lock. Well, in case you don't, there's a young Trey Lance waiting to come in, so he could be a possibility. So quarterback, if you're not sold on him. Also, that O-line looked a little suspect last year, so there could be some options there. Because the offense looks decent, because Cortland Sutton was out the entire year last year, so we don't know the full potential of that offense. Melvin Gordon had an up and down year, so we don't know what he's fully capable of.
He's also got a DWI, so we don't know if he's even going to
No, you didn't see they dropped the charges.
Must be nice to be in the NFL.
Wait, who was this for?
Melvin Gordon. He got his DUI dropped. He pled to lesser charges.
The good old surcharge fee.
And
you're right.
Just to finish it up with the Broncos, maybe draft a corner. That secondary needs some help as well, because they're known for their pass rush, but the secondary is looking a little bit weak. So maybe a corner, because there's some decent corners and like the first 10 to 12 draft picks. So maybe one of them might be available for the Broncos.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Cowboys.
Hold up. We them boys.
Cowboys, man, I'm getting all my favorites that I talk shit through the whole podcast.
I thought you got the Giants too.
I probably do. I don't know.
No, I got the Giants.
I was about to say.
The Cowboys. Me personally, I feel like. Oh man, I feel like they go and get. I feel like they go and get something on defense. I say defense or alignment. Because unless they go and sign somebody, because Jerry got a bunch of money, and all these tackles have become available in the last 24 hours. It's a tackle sweepstakes right now.
Right.
Chiefs are crazy. Though both those guys are gonna definitely get big deals, but I'm gonna say a piece on defense, either another linebacker or interior defensive lineman or O lineman. Guard, probably a guard, I would say. So that's it for me. Kenny, you got
I'm up with the Giants. They need, if I'm the GM, which I will be next week, I would say we need either an edge rusher or a pass catcher. Keep it short and sweet. That's what we need right now.
Gotcha. And Neil's first one. You got the 49.
An athletic trainer.
TV.
But he's not wrong.
I'm not mad at it. That's a great draft pick.
In all seriousness, I don't really want them to get anything because I'd say that honestly, they're probably a quarterback away from going to the Super Bowl again.
There you go. There's your need.
Bro, Debo is a fucking animal.
They got Kittle, they got Debo, they got Ayuk.
Ayuk is nice.
They got skills at every position. I just don't think Jimmy G's good. I mean, sure, he hasn't lost a lot of games, but He hasn't played a lot of games, and the games he does play in, he doesn't look good in. The defense is possible. I mean, if they stay healthy for once, that's a top 10 defense for sure. They lost their defensive coordinator, though. They lost Robert Saleh, so that is a big part of their culture over there. So if I'm the GM going to the draft day, for sure, I'm looking for a quarterback, and I'm probably trying to trade up to grab one too. I mean, they got Nick Mullins, they got Jimmy G, and they got somebody else too.
Hold on.
TJ Beathard.
Wait
Beathard,
a minute.
that's right.
Next week, you might shock us. Hold on. So the quarterback, you about to break the whole draft board.
They might.
All right, I got the Chargers. The Chargers, man, you got your franchise quarterback for the next
20 years.
20 years, because he like 19 right now. No, I think the Chargers go and get. Shit, I think they go and get I think they go and take a stab at it and go for a receiver. I don't know, because right now it's really Keenan Allen,
Mike Williams.
Oh, Mike Williams too. I forgot about him.
But they did just get rid of Hunter Henry.
Right.
Kyle Pitt. We'll leave it for next week, but I think they're going to get.
Can't last than that long.
That's a top 15 pick.
Top 15.
Yeah,
that might be a top 10 pick.
Right.
Yeah, this 13. All right, I say they're going. They adjust the tight end vacancy. Or they go and get another edge rusher because the kneecaps are getting rusty for Melvin and Bosa. Bosa is a paper mache project every week. He only plays third down, so that's a big problem. Because when you do that, that means that he's on a snap count. Like, that shit is crazy. Yep. And he's only 20.
He's only been in the league 3 years.
And he just got the bag.
Yeah.
So that's what's crazy. Like, he's on a pitch count. And he literally only comes down on third downs, which is just insane. But
I'd take that gig.
Shit, I would too. $100 million? Didn't he get $100 million?
Yep.
Yeah,
that's how much is guaranteed.
Well, then we got Kenny, man. Kenny, what you got? You got the Vikings.
Who do I got?
Vikings.
Oh, this is my Vikings.
Yeah.
I need an interior defensive lineman. That is what I need, or I need a quarterback. But I'm not drafting a quarterback because I have too much money invested in Kirk Cousins, and no one wants to take him off my hands. So I need an interior defensive lineman.
You like that? Then proceeded to go get another 8-win season.
Right. But that's where my head's at if I'm the GM. I know I need a quarterback, but I know I can't get one because I'm tied to this guy, unfortunately. So we'll just go interior defensive line and stink for the next couple of years.
I'm up next to the Patriots, right?
Yeah, Patriots.
Who don't we need?
It's clear. There's a number one need for what y'all need.
Yeah. It could.
Yeah. And it's in Tampa.
Out in 50 days.
He said it's in Tampa.
But, hey, I mean, who knows? The quarterback. Kenny mentioned it earlier. The linebacker and all the defensive players are getting old. So I like someone to try to pick up to boost that linebacking core. Also, maybe an O lineman in case Dooney is really at the door. Who else? Maybe a cornerback. Just. We need a lot right now, and I'm okay with. I mean, hopefully, my dream draft. Well, I'll mention next week, but
you guys will be back, man. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I have a feeling
don't say no names. Don't let someone steal it from you.
But I just feel like they're going to end up trading this pick somehow. They're going to go higher. I just believe that. That's all I know.
I'll be surprised if Bill sells out and goes and gets a franchise quarterback. I don't think he'll do it, but.
Hey,
that'd be nuts.
The crazy offseason.
All right, Kenny.
What team is it?
It is the Cardinals.
The Cardinals. Mm-hmm. I want another receiver for Kyler Murray. That's what I really want. I want to get him another dog.
He don't got enough?
Christian Kirk, DeAndre Hopkins.
That's it. That's two guys. I want another guy for Kyler Murray.
I wonder. I was surprised they kept Dan Arnold in the mix.
Yeah,
he was with the Saints, but he's not like a crazy known tight end.
He's good. He's not bad.
He's all right.
I want either another wide receiver to mix in with those guys, or I want a linebacker now that I don't have Hassan Reddick anymore.
I got the Raiders.
Damn, do I get any picks?
Yeah. Well, you missed your first two, which is
you're coming up. You're coming up. Don't worry.
Yeah, you're gonna go on a run here soon.
Yeah.
Oh, you got 3 straight.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, you got a bunch.
Hopefully y'all like me.
For the Raiders, I think they either go and get a I say they either go get another receiver, offensive lineman to replace Trent Brown, or edge rusher. So I think those are the three needs for them right now.
They lost 2 offensive linemen, didn't they?
Trent Brown is a Patriot, yep.
They lost 2 though.
And Incognito. Right?
I don't know.
I thought they lost multiple offensive linemen because they spent last year the Raiders had the most expensive offensive line in the league. Now this year I think they lost 2 already in the offseason.
Incognito's gone, and
which I'm like surprised they did that though, because that's why guys like Russell Wilson had them on their list because their offensive line was so great.
Well, they realize that they have a great offensive line, sure.
They have nothing else.
Exactly.
We'll be happy to take Trent Brown back.
All right, Kenny, it's you. You got the Dolphins again.
Dolphins again. Okay, so this pick will hinder on what Phil does at 3 for me. But so if Phil takes a receiver or a pass catcher early, then I'm going to go on the defensive side of the ball most likely. If Phil doesn't, then I will go pass catcher, or maybe if there's a quarterback still sitting here that I like, maybe I pull the plug on Tua.
Ooh.
That late?
Toxic.
It depends on who's there.
That's about to be a toxic locker room.
I don't know how everyone else is going to draft.
He's going to be GM, not the coach. He don't have to be in that locker room.
True. We don't care.
Hello.
Kenny, you got Washington. What's
quarterback?
What you doing? Quarterback. Ooh.
Off the rip.
This is gonna be real interesting.
If I could, I would love to trade up to get a better quarterback because that's what I need. If I can't, I need a pass catcher to go alongside Terry McLaurin. There's a pattern here with all the teams I got.
Imagine if just imagine here. We're obviously not doing trades, but imagine if they went and tried to sneak in front of your boys to go and get Fields.
Well, that's just you get into the top 4 of this draft class with one of these 4 quarterbacks. Like if you're them, you'll be set for a while.
Jeez. All right, Neil, here we go. You got the Bears. You got what you got? What's the team needs for the Bears? What you thinking?
Already see the gears turning.
I mean, what team doesn't need a quarterback? That's my answer. What team who doesn't need a quarterback? The Bears need a quarterback.
The Saints?
Because Mitchell Trubisky ain't it.
We got 3 quarterbacks right now.
Oh, either.
So I say Bears need a quarterback.
You're going.
Who we got next?
All right. You got the Colts.
Quarterback. The Colts honestly coming into the offseason, the Colts are probably one of the most complete teams, especially getting Carson Wentz. I would say that defense is set. I would say the only thing wide receivers besides T.Y. Hilton is old and probably gone. They got Pittman. They got
is his name? Is it
Pascal?
Pascal.
He's not that good.
No, exactly.
They got a bunch of like third tier. I'd say like third, fourth tier wide receivers.
Yep.
And they got Mo Cox is probably like a second tier tight end. So I would definitely say skill position.
That man like 6'7".
He's huge.
Basketball player
in the corner of the end zone. That's a scary sight.
I would say wide receiver for sure. Like no doubt, they need a wide receiver bad.
All right. You got the Titans.
Titans look pretty good going into the offseason as well.
Lost their offensive coordinator though.
They also released.
I hired him.
They lost. It's just difficult.
All they do is pick inside zone.
Yeah, they really. I mean, they have Derrick Henry, so it's not like they have Derrick Henry, so it's not like they really do anything else. I mean, they have Derrick Henry. They have two good wide receivers. I mean, Ryan Tannehill is Ryan Tannehill. He's not gonna lose you games, man. He's gonna win you games. I'd probably say for them, I'd probably say edge rusher, like a decent, good edge rusher, somebody that can get you 15 sacks, 10, 15 sacks.
Don't they got Clowney?
It was a 1-year deal.
He
ain't coming back.
And he's not that good of an edge rusher anymore.
He really isn't.
Yeah, so I would go for Titan.
But yeah, I know.
He was always in the league when he played next to Defensive Player of the Year, J.J. Watt.
Yeah,
he was barely showing up.
Yeah,
at the tape. He's overrated.
You know where players go to revive their seasons, though. I won't.
Here we go.
I won't get into it. But yeah, for the Titans, I'd definitely go edge rusher. I don't know what type of quality edge rusher will be available at that pick, but
yeah, there aren't that's the problem this year. I feel like is there's not many top tier edge rushers.
No.
So you're gonna see.
It is every. I feel like every year now.
That's like really if they don't go like within the top 6, you have to reach on an edge rusher or hope you hit in the second or third round on someone.
Right.
We got Phil with the Jets.
Also, my pick probably has to go with whoever Neil decides to pick with the number 2 pick overall. But I don't know where he's going to go with that. But I'm looking for this pick late in the draft, somewhere on defense, maybe a linebacker, or hey, Frank Gore is still old as hell, so maybe a running back. They could grab a running back this late, just for some security.
Come on, man.
Another offensive tackle, just in case.
So. Those numbers came out today.
Yeah, this is the point in the draft like you can start to take your running backs if you needed one.
I have one in mind, but we'll see how that goes next week.
Yeah, Najee Harris, everyone has him in mind.
No, not him.
Yeah, Lawrence is talking about Travis Etienne from Clemson.
That boy, nice.
You know who's getting slept on crazy?
4-4 at 215.
The Ohio State running back.
Trey Sermon? Yes.
Wait,
Trey Sermon.
Who's sleeping on him?
No, listen,
Trey Sermon. That man is 6'2".
Listen.
But
Trey Sermon, he's going to go in like the 4th or 5th round and be someone's workhorse. I pray to the draft gods he falls to the 4th or 5th round and we take him because he's going to be a workhorse. He is built, and the best part about Trey Sermon, he wasn't a workhorse in college because he transferred all over the place and had guys in front of him. He has no miles on it. He's coming into the NFL clean.
They're doing. Apparently, the Rams are looking at him in the later round. I don't know why.
Yeah. I mean, right? I don't. But I know why. But
I know, but we have 3 running backs.
Right. But the thing is, if you can steal him at 4 or 5, he's too good to pass up.
Right, you take it exactly.
6'2", running a 4.4.
Yeah,
you said what?
They're all doing that.
No, they're not. Not like that. But he's 6'2", bro. Did you watch him actually watch him during the games?
I watched him break the 4th wall.
Bro, he's literally he looks like he's 5. He runs the ball like he's 5'7", but he's really 6'2". That shit is scary. That shit is insane. The bowl game he's playing in, I'm like, yo, what is it? He had 2 something. He was just every carry was a first down.
Let Trey Sermon fall to the 4th round, and the NFL is going to be very upset with themselves.
Hey, listen.
Who's up?
Crazy. We got Phil again with the Steelers.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty sure you lost one of the Pouncey Bros, and you most likely will lose Alejandro Villanueva in the offseason. So
Corvette.
Also, maybe you might lose Juju.
You still got 3 receivers without Juju.
Yeah.
Both the Pouncey brothers retired, I thought.
Yeah, they both did.
Yeah.
They have one of them.
You definitely lost a Pouncey bro. You didn't maybe lose a Pouncey bro. You lost. You definitely did. His ass gone. He gone.
Hey, shout out to the Bloom alum, Matt Filer. Yeah, he holding it down over there. Tackle, guard, combo, all of that.
Well, offensive line is your main priority for the Steelers. Simple as that.
You said tackle?
As simple as that.
Offensive line.
Offensive line. We are going to nil. You got the Jags via your boys. Because they trade.
And you got both Jags picks. You get the number 1 overall pick, and you get this one.
Quarterback. Oh, first they got. I forgot. I had that first pick. All right. Well, that's obvious. The quarterback for them. For this one,
throw a dart at a board.
Yeah, I know. Seriously, they don't have anything, man. What happened to the defense of the Jaguars? Saxonville. Whatever happened to that defense, man? I mean,
Dante Fowler left. Calais Campbell left.
They're gone.
Jalen Ramsey left.
Miles Jack started to get ran over. And
Marcel Darius. What are they all left?
I don't know. Their rosters. I mean, the only place I'd say they're settled at is running back. Their offensive line is decent. Their wide receivers are low tier. I mean, they got Laviska Shenault, but that's really it. I mean, I don't really know.
Chark? Chark?
Yeah, when he plays 5 games a season.
Hey. When he played those 5 games, that boy got 2 touchdowns in every game.
Best ability is availability.
Yeah, so I mean, I would say probably because he's a first-time coach and you're gonna have a rookie quarterback coming in. I'm saying that they're gonna go out and draft a skill player, probably a wide-out tight end, something like that. Somebody that's gonna be a dog for him to just pick on, throw the ball to. That would make the most sense. Young guy coming in, you want to give him somebody he's comfortable with. Probably somebody from Clemson, to be honest. If they get somebody.
You said receiver?
Yeah.
Boy ain't gonna be there. Them boys ain't gonna be there. They gonna be off the board. Kenny know. I just watched some Reese Bowl. Yeah, that boy off the board. I promise you.
Wait, which one? No, you talking about Powell?
Hey man, I ain't giving no names.
No, because Powell is not projected to go on the first right now.
Oh, hey, you know what I'm talking about? Come on, man. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know. There's a couple of Clemson receivers.
Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about.
The number 1. Kenny knows. He's acting like he don't know, but he knows because he watches shit every week. He's not slick.
Listen, I gotta save my picks for my team.
Yeah, it's over. We're not even gonna. He's high on the board.
Browns, right?
Yeah, we got the Browns. What you got?
Offense looks pretty decent right now. Main concern is defense because,
roster is beautiful in Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean, that Cleveland roster looking good.
Chad Henne came through with the clutch with the Kansas City Chiefs. That was a possession that obviously shouldn't have happened. I'm looking at a corner or linebacker for the Browns. So
I like it. I like it.
I have a sleeper pick, but who knows if he'll get picked earlier. So
they still got Kirksey? Is he still there?
No. Kirksey was on Green Bay, and I believe Green Bay just let him go.
Okay. Yeah, because he started. I think he started in Cleveland, so that's why I was thinking of that.
He did.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I like that.
Basically secondary or linebacker.
All right. Kenny, you got the Ravens.
The Ravens. I think it's fairly obvious. We need an outside threat. I'm reaching if I need to. I don't care. I need an outside threat for Lamar Jackson.
Could you see them potentially moving up?
Here's the thing I was gonna say. I don't know if I trade up because I'd have to trade up crazy high to get one of the elite receivers.
Yeah.
If anything, maybe I trade back. If I think I'm reaching too high on a receiver, maybe I'll trade back and take the receiver later. But I gotta get a receiver.
You get an additional second or third with it, maybe a fourth for later on.
Yeah,
you could do that. Got the Saints.
They need money.
Can we trade this pick for money?
Yeah.
Can we trade this pick for VC?
you might have to trade your draft.
Let's see.
Who can they sign? Somebody wants to take 500,000.
Bro, they're at what's the name? They're at 29 mil. They out here. Updated tracker. You feel me? The Saints. I see the Saints taking, potentially. Man, I can see them really going to get either another edge rusher or another lineman, depending on what happens with the 2017 draft class. Or they go and get a corner, too, with losing Janoris. They grab it. So
And what Lawrence really meant to say is, we only have Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas on our roster right now.
Right.
So any of the other positions will work.
Right. I'm surprised Lawrence didn't say a quarterback.
No.
All right.
I don't want to deal with that.
Deal with what? You don't have.
What
There's no controversy.
Me personally, I'm content. I don't care how you guys feel. I'm content if they can keep Jameis. I'm cool with that. I'm okay.
He keeps saying this like they have money to spend for Jameis Winston.
It's gonna happen.
He understands how much.
It's gonna happen.
I don't think he understands how much a starting quarterback costs. I don't think.
Well, they just freed up $7 million with Janoris.
But I'm saying.
And they're still negative 30.
Listen, I'm saying this is pending on what happens. But all else fails, they're gonna have to either keep wheelchair Breeze if he's gonna stay, or it's gonna be Taysom Hill. And if Taysom Hill is the quarterback week 1, I'm rocking with Taysom Hill.
Wait, didn't Drew Brees already announce his retirement?
No, he did not. This man is pushing. He's out here pushing sleds up driveways and shit. I don't know. He's going to come back, bro.
He's counting towards the cap.
He's gonna come back.
At least if he retires, some of that money.
He's coming back. He's coming back. Bro, I'm telling you, he's coming back.
That'd be
I agree.
He's coming back. I promise you. I know he is.
That would be absolutely terrible for you.
He is. There's no
That's
way.
like honestly might be worst case scenario.
You did that
because you have to pay him too.
You did that fake ass shit as you threw 3 picks and let Tampa leave New Orleans with a win. Just fucking leave, bro. Like it's over.
It's over.
It's over. Just like
it's over.
You went out bad 4 years in a row. You probably had the worst stretch from any quarterbacks out of the last 4 years in the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure.
He probably threw 10 interceptions in the 4 games.
How many of them lost games too?
All of them.
No. What else
Every
we got?
single last one. I got the Packers. The Packers. I'm going to get. Go get a. I don't feel like they need a receiver though.
You haven't signed Aaron Jones yet.
I think they're letting him go to free agency and try to sign him there.
ETN.
I think that's a. I personally think that's a smoke screen. I don't think they're bringing him back. I think that's why they drafted a running back last year.
Yeah. I could see. I would say a defensive player, or they're gonna just go and they never help Aaron Rodgers out anyway. So I'm gonna just say no to wide receiver. I don't think they're gonna help. I don't think another quarterback, right?
They're gonna trade up and draft Kyle Trask or something.
Right. Yeah, I can see defense. I can see them drafting a defensive player, probably another edge rusher, or interior defense.
Even with the Smith brothers.
Yeah, they do run 3-4. I forgot. They do.
I mean, you can never have too many edge rushers though in this league.
Or yeah, because they got Amos? Who's that? Who's the other safety?
Amos, and I don't know what the other one is off the top of my head.
He's a youngin.
Who?
Undisciplined.
Is it
Undisciplined.
Is it Savage?
No.
Yeah,
Savage. Undisciplined, reaching. Terrible technique out there.
They better get some D-back help because they're going to see the Rams in the NFC Championship this year coming up, and they're going to need some help. The West Coast Air Force style.
You got the Bills, bro. What you got for the Bills? What you feeling? The roster's pretty good.
They got holes. They definitely got holes, and they lost John Brown. They got Stephon Diggs, but that's Cole Beasley. It depends on what the Bills' identity wants to be coming into the year. Are they going to be this team that's going to?
You're the GM. What do you want the identity?
Yeah, team needs. Team needs. What do you feel like? We're previewing the draft next week. You're the GM of the Bills. What positions do you feel like they need?
Oh, well, I don't know. To be honest with you, I would say running back. Because there is none.
You know what's crazy? Three straight years of drafted running backs, and they probably still won't use one, right?
Seven straight picks of Lawrence saying Travis Etienne. So he's just going to every team.
I like him. Bro. He's one of my favorite backs.
Meanwhile, I don't even think Etienne has been projected in the first round.
No.
I don't know. I just like him as running back.
No, I know.
He put the number. His numbers be going. His numbers are crazy.
Prior to the year, he was the number 1 ranked running back.
Yeah.
Najee Harris just put him to shame during the season.
Oh yeah, Najee Harris. But I feel like somebody's gonna snatch him up though. Somebody that needs him.
And someone will be happy with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for sure, running back.
Okay.
Next, we're getting there.
Chiefs. Phil.
I mean, with Eric Fisher and Mitchell Schwartz, I was surprised they cut Mitchell Schwartz, to be honest. But with that being said, offensive tackle, they showed it in the Super Bowl. They need way more O-line help because we know how much Patrick Mahomes is getting paid, and they're gonna need anything they can and everything they can to protect that man. So that's O tackle's biggest priority.
And leave it to the Buccaneers. Buccaneers team needs right now. They're pretty good everywhere. They've got a fucking Madden roster. They built the roster good over the years.
Jack Barrett's a free agent.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I would say he's gonna say edge rusher.
Maybe corner.
Depending on what that happens. Yeah, maybe corner. Corner would be nice too. They definitely need a corner because Dean sucks. He's dirt. He's dirt. I just don't understand how he's week to week starter, and boy Steph out there. But I say a corner or an edge rusher. So I can't wait for this. This is gonna be real interesting to watch.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, to watch what y'all pick.
But all right. So that was fun. NFL. Wrap it up.
We got NBA, right?
Yeah.
NBA. All right.
We know Phil is ready.
Phil is ready.
So Neil, switching to NBA, you want to give us a fantasy basketball recap real quick?
There's no difference from last week.
Yeah, we're still in the middle of our.
Still in the same week.
I just want to hear my team being higher than your team.
It's the same. The standings are the same as the last podcast. There's your fantasy basketball recap.
Where are you standing?
That's
The
petty.
week-
That's
The
petty.
week hasn't ended yet. There's
No, right. It's pointless to be redundant.
Yeah, no, but just a reminder, I'm higher than Neil, so gotcha.
We'll see in 3 days.
I can't wait for Phil to get knocked out in the first round of the playoffs so we can talk about it over and over
or
again.
not make the playoffs.
Yeah, that one too.
That'd be kind of crazy. That'd be a fall drop. That'd be a huge drop. But
Right.
That would take a lot.
Yeah, you never know. But what's good? What's good with the NBA? What we got to talk about?
Hot topic right now. Go ahead, Phil. You started off.
Goofy.
Set the tone.
Very hot topic, like Lawrence mentioned. Obviously, there's a lot of athletes who are streaming games in their free time on Twitch and other platforms. Heat player Myers Leonard was obviously playing Call of Duty and had a frustrating moment, and he ended up using a Jewish slur when he did badly in Call of Duty. So, and then he's facing the ramifications for it, and he's apologized, saying, I don't know what he said fully, but I know he's already had an apology out.
Say he didn't know what the word
He
meant.
didn't say he didn't. Yeah, he said he did. But I will give him credit. He did not use the Notes app on his iPhone to release the apology.
Yeah, that's one step in the right
What did he
direction.
do?
He actually had a press release released, like a actual template.
The NBA and Heat are investigating it thoroughly, and even Patriots receiver Julian Edelman, who is Jewish, reached out to him to have a grown conversation. He's saying he's trying to comfort him, but also hold him accountable at the same time. So whenever they're around each other, they want to have a meeting and talk about it. So,
And he was also suspended.
Yeah,
For 1 week.
Yeah.
I thought it was definitely for 1 week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't do anything for a week, not even in the facility.
Jeez.
So I used to sit at home and stream
Bozo.
more video games, I guess.
Right. Play video games and say more stupid shit.
Yeah. I mean, just to speak on that, all controversies aside, if he wasn't an NBA player, it wouldn't matter. That's the crazy thing about it. If he wasn't an NBA player, that he wouldn't have mattered. So people will see that shit on stream all the time.
Because Lord knows the chats that we were in for Call of Duty.
Bro, it's just crazy. Like
that was the most PG thing you would hear.
That's exactly that's the thing that I understand 100% in the wrong. Definitely should not have said it. He has to understand his position. He has to understand where he is, what he is. He has to understand that he has a following, a strong following. But along lines of things to say that, that's very PG, as opposed to what I'm sure a lot of people are saying in lobbies and on streams.
But he still needs to be held accountable for it, though. 100%. No, right? Because I know you're if you weren't in the NBA, wouldn't matter. Right, that's true. But just be we wouldn't hear about it. Like, for example, if one of us got on here right now and said something like what he said, and it got back to our employer, we would also be faced repercussions too. The world wouldn't know about it, but we would get in trouble for it. So yeah, the world wouldn't care, but you should be facing a punishment for it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I get what
you're saying.
Where we're at right now. If you're not somebody of importance, if you do something shitty, it just doesn't matter. And obviously, famous people, athletes, and everything are held to a higher standard than the normal folk, as they should be. But, I also think it was – honestly, I think it was a heat of the moment type of thing. We've all been there where we've gotten that kill or something like that. And he's just got to – he needs to watch his mouth, man. He needs to watch his mouth.
I can't relate.
I would maybe say it was heat of the moment, except for the fact that he sat there and he was like, "You are," and thought about something to say, and that was the word that came to his mind. So for him to say too, I don't know,
he's not ignorant. That's to what it means.
That is not an everyday word that is used.
Right.
Literally the only time I ever heard that word was when I was learning about what that word meant in school, and we were learning the derogatory terms that were used.
Right.
So for him to say, "I don't know what that means," that don't just come to your head.
It's bullshit.
So you either knew what it meant or you use it regularly. So one of the two.
And just like Shannon Sharp said, it's a bull jive apology. It is, man. I'm so sick of people just not coming out and just
taking accountability for it.
Say the truth. Oh, I didn't know what the word meant. Bull fucking shit. First off, the number one visited website in the whole entire fucking planet is Google. You don't think that at one point this man could have Googled what that word meant? I guarantee people around him have said it before. There's no chance that he hasn't heard that shit in a movie, a TV show, anything. I wonder what that word means. Let me look it up. Bullshit. He knew what it meant. He knew, because I guarantee you that word that was coming out of his mouth, we all know what that word was. It was not what he said. The word that he was thinking about saying.
Right. He knew better than to say that.
Yeah, that was bad. That was close, because that's why he was fumbling words, because he was going to say the big one, but he didn't.
And this just makes you really question Myers Leonard as a person overall too. Going back to the bubble, like I said to you guys in our group chat, because he was the only player that was the only one that stood, and people were he had this valid reason why, because he respected the flag too much, and he had his family and yada yada, but he was still there for all of his black teammates, and he understood their struggle. After you just said that, I don't believe a word you said anymore. You lose all credibility with me.
Right, exactly. Just come out and be a man. You take your fucking punishment. Say what you mean to say.
Yikes. All right, man. Going from that heavy. The All-Star recap, skills challenge, the basketball game. What'd you guys think? Did you watch?
I watched.
I watched the game. I watched the skills challenge. I watched the 3-point contest. I did not watch the dunk contest.
Neil was in his bag right there.
I did not watch the dunk contest at all.
You didn't miss much.
Did anybody?
That's why I didn't fucking even waste my time.
Did anybody see the guy at the second rack for Curry?
Bro, he was
shaking his head.
He was just taking
cash.
Bro, but the crazy thing about Curry, when he shoots, his ball doesn't touch the rim at all. It just it doesn't even touch the net sometimes. It just drops through.
His game winning the competition winning shot, the net didn't move.
It didn't move.
What? What? Could you imagine being that accurate?
That's art right there.
That's beyond art.
Best shooter of all time.
Oh, hands down.
Hands down.
It's not close.
Supposedly hit 106 threes in a row.
And guess what? I think it's a lie because he probably hit 116 in a row.
I was gonna say we've all been like when you're practicing.
Oh yeah, Rick, 100%. You have first off, you have Reggie Miller on television saying he's the best during the competition. He's like, we're watching the best shooter of all time.
Who is like majority rules like thinks he's the best shooter of all time, and Reggie Miller.
Reggie was a clip.
Literally giving it over to him like.
My favorite is when Reggie Miller asked him, so like, did you walk into the room and say like, who's coming in second? And Steph's like, he's like, nah, sometimes you just walk in the room and they just know. I was like, yeah. Like, yo, like this guy.
Yeah, I picked that 3-point winner. Obviously, it was easy money to pick that. That dunk competition, my boy I picked got robbed. That dunk he had between the legs, he put it through the same leg he jumped off of, which
Cassius Stanley absolutely got robbed.
Yeah, for anybody that doesn't dunk like I can, putting it through the same leg you jump off of is real hard. Trust me.
The cap.
Yeah, that should have the way they were giving out scores. That should have been a 50.
100%. But
and that set him up.
That's the problem. Thing. That's the problem with the dunk competition. Nobody knows what a good dunk is. I mean, you go off of 5 people that who it's trash.
To be honest with you, you know who needs to judge the dunk contest? The TNT crew. They're the only people that ever get it right every year.
They know
like
exactly.
Kenny Smith Shaq, and Charles are the only 3 that ever are real about.
Well, Charles and Shaq have done it before.
Yeah, but they need to do it every year. It needs to be the TNT crew.
Who's going to commentate it if they do it?
Why can't they commentate and judge? What's the difference? All they got to do is
Kenny Smith. He said, "Oh!" on the TV every dunk.
Good.
Right.
Kenny Smith has been on court before with the mic.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So what's the difference?
He said, "Give him a 5-0, 5-0."
Just turn the booth around so it's facing the court.
That would get me back to watching the dunk competition if those dudes were doing it. That for sure.
And they were also at a disadvantage this year because they couldn't use anybody that was in the game because they were obviously in the game, and then a lot of the stars didn't want to come to. Why am I coming just to be in a halftime dunk show? Like, wasn't going to happen. So you were at the mercy.
Yeah. It was, to be honest, the whole week, the whole day should have just been a wash. I don't know why they did it. The idea was nice, but who knows?
Yeah, I mean,
IBTE Sports gonna do it next year. We kill that shit.
3-point contest. I'm winning 3-point contest.
I'd kill that shit.
Absolutely.
I would easily. I mean, nobody knows how to rank dunkers better than me. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, the dunk where he had the dunk where he had the little
hoop. Oh yeah.
I didn't like that.
Garbage.
Yeah,
it's like Kenny Smith put it perfectly. He said, "Yeah, he got it, but he didn't go and get it." It's like he struggled to get it and bring it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also, it gets to a point where it's like, what do I want to see this again for? Like, how many times have I seen somebody dunk from a free throw line?
Wait, and they keep dunking from the free throw line, and they're not actually. They're like 3 steps inside.
They're like 2 steps in. Like, I need to take off before the free throw line for some.
Right.
Like, I've seen a couple of folks actually do it. You know, Gerald Green did that shit. Derek Jones, Zach LaVine.
Not many can. That's why.
And those, like, when Zach LaVine did it, he like actually did something.
He did that. Like, yeah, he fucking
like, yeah. Like Obi Toppin just ran and dunked.
Well, I did like his dunk where he did a windmill with one arm and dunked over 2 people. That was a good dunk from Obi Toppin. I like that one.
Yeah.
I think it was his dad and Julius Randle, I believe.
Yeah, it was.
That was probably my favorite dunk of the night.
Yeah, I mean, the dunk competition's cool, but it's old. They need to to spice things up a little bit. They need to get somebody from like that Jordan Klingon dude, bring him in and have him dunk against NBA players.
Street dunkers versus
He's going to kill them.
Yeah,
he does that he does that probably every day.
Why don't NBA players do too? They practice every day.
Yeah, but he's trying to like really jump to the ceiling every time. They're just like trying to get 2 points.
Yeah, and it's just the problem is you need to get stars back involved in it. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Because
like that year, no one wants,
anymore.
and I can't blame them though.
It's washed. It's a
like
washed
competition. When we had Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon, like I wouldn't say they were superstars, but they were well-known players. Like that really helped it.
Dunkers, yeah.
I didn't know. Listen, I didn't know who the Cassius kid was until the ticker came up.
They put it perfectly. Cassius Stanley's been on a 2-way contract all year. he has 2 scored baskets in the NBA, a 3-pointer and a layup. So he hasn't even dunked in the NBA yet. He was in the NBA dunk contest. Yep. That was what they gave us.
Yeah. It was a bad week, bad day. It wasn't even a week anymore. It was a bad day. I mean, even the game was kind of trash.
Because we don't know.
Oh, the game, but we knew the game was going to be like that.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be.
And then especially when Simmons and Embiid couldn't be there, it was like it took the air out of. But Simmons and Embiid not being able to play because of COVID was a perfect example of why this weekend didn't need to happen. Like, it was a bad idea all the way around.
100%. You know what was fire was that Quavo.
Quavo, Jack Harlow, and
report thing.
That 3v3 was fire. That was
2v2.
It was 2v2.
2v2.
Yeah, it was Lil Baby.
No, that's right. Yeah.
And
2
Chainz. Yeah, that shit was fire.
Quavo was bodying Lil Baby.
Bro, he had 17 and 14 with 4 blocks. And a 2v2.
And they played to 21.
Yeah.
Jack Harlow is the epitome of a group project A+ when he didn't do nothing.
Quavo said he's the best basketball rapper of all time.
So we had
it's tough to say because
J. Cole doesn't play ball like that anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, because if we want to consider Dame a rapper, Dame got some albums out here now.
Right. I think nice. The best of all time was Master P, to be honest. But
you got to give it to Master P. He played in the NBA.
Right. I think right now, Chris Brown could give some competition. Maybe. I think we need to see a Quavo versus 2 Chainz 1v1.
Oh, J. Cole could have made the league. He said.
J. Cole hooped.
Yeah, he was legit. Like he could have went somewhere
and we're forgetting about Dave East.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know who that is.
He's a rapper. He was best friends with KD. He was really the truth. Like
a lot of these guys are actually really hoop. Like,
that's crazy.
Lil Durk hoops. Like they're pretty good.
I just want to know what all these guys were.
Shaq West just signed with a team. Shaq West signed with a foreign team.
Yeah, I think he played too at one point before
Shaq
he started.
Signed with a French basketball team.
See all these names were mentioned. It's just like, so how did they end up pulling Jack Harlow and Lil Baby?
Because that's what it's all about.
That's about the it factor right now, and both those 2 dudes had it.
Quavo actually hoops too. He's pretty decent.
No, I hear, but I didn't even watch that because I had no interest in watching it.
And it was Atlanta too, so they're all from Atlanta.
I think Ernie Johnson mentioned the tournament, between all the rappers.
Yeah, he said that'd be the best way to do it.
I think what's the name from Kentucky?
Who?
Harlow.
He lives in Atlanta now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's been there for 5-7 years, I think he said. But to wrap up just the whole All-Star Weekend day recap, I would just say do better, NBA.
But that's why it was going to be half-assed. It was nothing good could have happened from having an All-Star Weekend.
The best part about the All-Star Weekend
was when it ended.
Previous All-Star weekends would be the celebrity game. That is my most fun thing to watch.
Oh, I love that.
That's
my favorite thing to watch. Even when MLB does that softball game, I love watching celebrities play professional sports with other retired athletes or current athletes. Anything I also love watching the WNBA girls come over and cook too in those games. That one year they had Rachel Demita, the 2K girl, and she was cooking.
They will follow the hell out of her.
Yeah, he hacked the shit out of her. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, that.
You know what I miss? Remember the one competition they used to do on All-Star Weekend where you would have the legend, the current NBA player, and the WNBA player?
Yes.
They need to bring that back. Yeah. That used to be my favorite part of the weekend, to be honest with you.
That's what they need to incorporate the WNBA more.
Yeah, I was just gonna say also because there's no reason the WNBA players should have to play in that celebrity game. They're way above that. Have them have their own game that weekend. Why not?
Or have a you can't do that. I was gonna say have WNBA mixed with NBA.
What, co-ed?
Yeah, like a co-ed game.
That would be fire.
You could do a 3-on-3 thing.
Just a 3. That's what needs to happen. All right, fuck this other shit. And there needs to be a 3-on-3 tournament. I'm telling you, a 3-on-3 tournament.
Or 1v1 tournament.
I don't know.
No one's gonna do 1v1.
They wouldn't do it, man.
Just the concept of it, though.
But
they wouldn't want to get beat. That's the thing. Nobody was. I mean, yes, they could probably go out and say, I'll beat anybody. But if they lose, it hurts their pride.
Right. Like what does KD have to prove going out there and playing 1-on-1?
Right. And God forbid somebody gets hurt in a 1v1 game, because that shit's going to get intense. At least 3v3.
You can take plays off.
You can chill for a second. But like a 3v3, 3-on-3 tournament would be fire. Like 10 teams. Start that shit on Friday, end it on a Saturday, something like that. I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, NFL, NBA, they need to switch up their all-star shit, because like the only all-star event that's even cool anymore is, I mean, that the home run derby is probably the best all-star event out of all the sports, I think.
And even that's starting to get where superstars don't want to do it anymore.
Right, because they get fucked up for the rest of the year. Messes their swing up and shit, they said.
Yeah. Judge pulled something. He won't say it, but he did.
Oh, he definitely did. He definitely. Yeah.
What about Blake Griffin? Right now to the Nets. I know you're hype.
He's going to play about a total of 6 games, maybe.
He hasn't dunked a basketball since 2019.
Not playing tonight.
So why'd you just flex?
It's an easy W for us. Nets in 4.
Stop the cap.
What happens when
before it was Braun? Listen, before it was Braun at 5. I was really Braun at 4. If you put him on the court, because he's dirt.
But I gotta wonder, what do you think happens when Anthony Davis comes back healthy and the Lakers inevitably end up with one of these bigs?
If the Lakers get Andre Drummond, it's over. I'll tell you that right now, flat up,
over already.
Straight up. If the Lakers, no, I don't. I personally don't think so. If the Lakers with their current roster go to the finals, which I think they will, because they're the best team in the West, and they play the Nets, they'll lose. They'll lose in 4 games.
No.
All right, five games.
Clip it. Clip it.
But with 80 healthy or no?
Their current roster.
Yeah, he was drunk. But it's all right.
But it's all right.
It's all right.
I mean,
but yeah, I think what has
Lakers,
Blake Griffin been good at in the league outside of dunking?
Actually, though,
he's a complete basketball player now.
He's a complete basketball player?
You have. Well, no, I mean, who's a defender in the NBA other than Kawhi Leonard? Let's be real, Phil. But okay, yeah, but it's not like there's many defenders in the NBA, so I don't hold that against guys anymore. Unfortunately, that's just not part of the game anymore. But no, since he went to Detroit, his game has evolved. You just don't hear about him because he's in Detroit.
Yeah, I mean, he had his first season and a half. He did good, and then it just went downhill from there.
Yeah, so in 2018, he averaged 24, 7, and 5. That's not dunking. Last year doesn't count, and then this year, obviously.
Yeah.
It's half the season so far.
I think there's a real chance the Lakers get Drummond, and I also wouldn't be shocked to see them still try to then add LaMarcus Aldridge and or Boogie Cousins, like one of the two.
He's a career 21 and 9 and 4 assists a game. I mean, that you can't say that's dirt.
What is he doing?
What do you mean?
Well, like you said, it's very tough to say though, because last year he was injured the whole year. This year he's been injured like. So
I'm just going off of the Blake Griffin that I seen in the Clippers, because all he did was above a rim.
Yeah, so you watch basketball. I mean, that was forever ago. Even towards the end of his tenure in the Clippers, he really wasn't doing that anymore.
So he's shooting threes now?
Yeah, the whole lot. He had to. 1, because his knees couldn't take that shit anymore.
And 2, he wanted to get the bag like everyone else was getting.
Yep, and he did get paid for it. He's a good basketball player now. I mean, he has been for 7 years now.
I mean, when you look at it, too, he has to be a 4th option at best, and he's probably even going to come off the bench there.
But the most slept on part of his game is his passing. He can dish if he has to. He really can. When he threw oops to DeAndre Jordan in LA and everything, man. He can play. He's a hooper for real.
Yeah.
Speaking of oops, Steph Curry All-Star Weekend. Did we see it?
Caught one?
Steph Curry caught an alley-oop. I was mind blown.
Chris Paul too, right?
Yep.
I can't believe it. Steph Curry can't dunk,
back
man.
To back.
I don't know. I can't believe he caught that. That's got to be some adrenaline or something.
What are you talking about? Bro, isn't he like 6'3"?
He really can't dunk like that, though.
But watch Steph Curry. Like Like, go back and watch like his highlights. He doesn't dunk like in game.
Yeah,
He really like he even said like they asked him before,
like even on fast breaks.
That exerts a lot of energy to dunk.
And you would think he wouldn't do it. He got done shooting a 3-point contest, but I mean, I guess he's used to put up like 1,000 threes a day probably. So
and not to mention he has broken ass ankles since he's gotten the league.
You know who disappointed me in All-Star weekend, the All-Star day, was the Celtics boys, both of them. A little disappointing to me.
Look at his face.
I was expecting a lot more from both of them.
They scored like 20 plus in All-Star game. What do you mean?
Who?
Everyone scores 20 plus in the All-Star game.
I was disappointed then if everyone scored 20.
The score was like 250 to 250.
They were in 3 events.
Everybody better score at least 20.
They didn't score 25 in the first round.
They were both in the skills challenge, right?
No, neither of them were in the skills challenge.
I thought they were in the skills challenge.
No, they were in the 3-point contest.
They're both in the 3-point contest?
They didn't score 25 in the first round.
But what happened after?
Okay.
Shooter's fatigue.
I'm just saying. If you got both of your all-star players like they are, I was expecting more out of them.
Against Steph Curry.
Whoa,
bro, you picked against him.
Steph Curry. So
who else?
I would just like to say that I picked Devin Booker, who was not allowed to be in All-Star Weekend because of injury. So I didn't get to repick my pick, so I didn't lose the 3-point contest.
How could you be disappointed on an event though?
And the Nets end up smoking the Celtics tonight, 121-109.
Yeah, so LaBella, if you're watching, you're stupid.
Exactly.
Worry about that 12-game skid that the Rockets are on.
Oof. We got good news.
When they lost 12 in a row?
Karis LeVert is coming back to play basketball this year.
That's wonderful news.
He says he is close to a return. He's been working out every day.
What team is he? What team is he on?
He got moved to the Pacers.
Pacers, okay.
I know Jeremy Lamb is punching the wall right now. He just lost his minutes.
I need the trade deadline to get here for the NBA. I need to see some moves.
What's your predictions for buyouts, trades, anything like that?
I mean, the same as I've said for the past 3 podcasts now. I think the Lakers are going to go get somebody. I think the Celtics are going to go get somebody. And those are my 2 big, landing spots right now.
Also,
LaMarcus Aldridge go.
He might go to Portland.
Also, Houston might just say, "You get a player, you get a player, you get a player." Well,
if
they bring down their asking price,
I don't know what.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. You said LaMarcus Aldridge is going back to Portland?
Yeah, no, they're serious. Yeah, serious talks about it. Why not?
I'm saying they let him go before.
No, they didn't let him go. He wanted to go.
He walked.
He walked in free agency.
Yeah.
It's possible. I mean, Dame wants him back, I believe.
Dame wants him back.
CJ McCollum they all want him back.
Yeah, they literally said like bring him back.
He ain't the same no more, but
Dame, CJ, Carmelo, LaMarcus Aldridge. I like it.
That's a great lineup. It's a great
Say how many years ago?
Marcus ain't starting though. He's too old.
6 man, maybe 7.
Yeah, he'll be a 6 man, I think. Yeah, I mean, I like the way the NBA is going right now. Obviously, because my team is absolutely killing it. But there's a lot of teams I think that are little giant killers that nobody's talking about. A lot of teams, and I in the West, for example, I really think Phoenix could do something crazy.
Listen, wherever CP3 goes,
ultimate competitor, man.
Yeah, but I love CP3. Don't get me wrong, but he's got that roster is very good.
Oh, right, but they had the same roster last year without him.
Yeah, you take him out, it's a whole different story.
So wait, did you guys see I posted a video in the chat. I think it's a really weird stat. You're not winning the finals unless you have a Knicks player or a former Knicks player.
I saw that.
That's a thing?
Yeah, I saw that.
Like the last 10 years or something?
No,
wait, who was the Knicks player on the Warriors teams?
It was.
I'm trying to think about it. Because I know JR was on the
Cavs. That's crazy. Hold on.
David Lee? Did they win with David Lee there or no?
No, he wasn't there.
Yeah, that was before the.
Phil, try to find that video again because I watched it.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Imagine The Knicks got they're trading all their championship pieces away.
I'll watch the video.
But it's probably like the 12th man on the bench for some of them.
Oh yeah, 100%. As long as they touch the Knicks organization, then
no, right. But he's like, oh, they're trading their shit. They could have kept them. They weren't doing nothing with them.
They're gonna start signing random Knicks players now and shit.
Right.
We gotta keep on the roster.
Honestly, New York Knicks are. If they make the playoffs this year, congratulations. But historically, probably
73-year tradition.
73 years.
No way. That's wild.
That's where all the juju went.
That's crazy.
But then, do you feel like you can do that with like a lot of teams?
They thought they was gonna win.
Nah, I don't think so.
That's crazy.
Because Jeremy Lin was on the Raptors when they won, and he was a former Knick. The year before, Lakers, J.R. Smith.
Oh yes. Yeah, well, it was Lakers last year, then the Raptors. Then before that were the Warriors years with KD. I don't know who was the Knick on those teams.
Okay, I got it right here, I think. Yeah, because 2019 was Jeremy Lin with the Raptors. 2018, they have to have a player on to make the playoffs, not win the finals.
Oh, okay.
J.R. Smith was on Cleveland. Matt Barnes, Golden State. Channing Frye, David Lee. For the Spurs Heat series, it was Tony Douglas. So just random players. The Spurs was Tracy McGrady. Eddie Curry for the Heat.
I totally forget that Tracy McGrady had a cup of coffee with the Spurs. I completely forget about that.
Tyson Chandler, Mavericks Heat.
He was on there for a year, wasn't he? A couple of years.
Yeah, but I mean, for the grand scheme of how long his career was, I don't recall him being
towards
there.
the end of his career.
Man, if he never got hurt.
This started in 1947.
That boy would have wrote.
That's wild.
That's crazy.
At least one Knicks player has played. It was one Knicks player former Knicks player played in the finals, not win. So, if you have Knicks,
that's still insane.
You have a good chance.
That's nuts, man. That's really nuts.
Wow. So I think the video was why the Jazz won't make the NBA Finals because they have no former Knicks player.
That's fucked up.
Neil, you got any former Knicks on your team? Oh, DeAndre Jordan.
DeAndre Jordan.
Amon Shumpert too.
Well, not anymore.
What? Is he not on our team?
They released him.
Oh shit! Peace out.
He said peace out.
Lakers. All right, we got to go get someone.
Phil, what's the? He said we gotta go get somebody. Phil, what's the last thing we got?
Are we gonna do your favorite NBA starting lineup, our starting 5, 6-man, and coach with your favorite players only, not what's the best available of your favorite players
all time?
Yep, your favorite players all time, your favorite point guard, shooting guard, yada yada yada.
Okay. So realistic, I shouldn't hear Wilt Chamberlain and Kareem because we all know those aren't your guys' favorite players just because they're the best. Y'all didn't watch them play.
Oh, so it had to be people we watched?
Well, it's your favorite. I mean, realistically, I find it hard to believe any one of us could say that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was one of their favorite basketball players.
No.
Then, Neil, I better hear Aaron Aflalo's name out of your mouth.
Well, that guy was a certified bucket.
I mean, I can
Neil's over here thinking
that. I'm going through mine right now.
I already got mine set.
Go ahead, you can go.
Oh, but do y'all realize that Aaron Aflalo was a very good basketball player?
Yeah,
I'm not. Good. I'm just saying.
It was a joke. It's not that deep.
He
better be in your.
Right. Nick Bella in the chat early on.
I saw it.
Yeah. I'll start off just an example.
Go ahead, bro.
So point guard, we got Phoenix Suns, Steve Nash, maestro with the ball, playmaker, one of my favorite point guards because of the way he passes and the crazy passes he made, especially in Phoenix to Jason Richardson and all of them. Shooting guard, I'm gonna go with I'll probably say Ray Allen, one of my favorite shooters of all time. Celtic, Sonics, resume. Paul Pierce. It's basically a good amount of Celtics players. Paul Pierce, even though he doesn't have the greatest broadcasting career, but he has a decent NBA career. Power forward, probably say Kevin Garnett from Celtics and Timberwolves days. center, my favorite player of all time, Dwight Howard, especially Orlando Magic Dwight Howard, just crazy bounce, rememberable alley-oops, beating LeBron in the finals, which it only made me liking him a lot better since I didn't like LeBron at the time. Coach would probably be Doc Rivers, due to him being a decent Celtics coach, which there could be some debate on, because there's some debate going on now, like on Twitter and stuff, that Doc Rivers is an overrated coach. But I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I agree with that. And then probably sixth man, I'll probably say Manu Ginobili, because I've always liked the Euro step and how he made that position very popular back then. So that's my.
I'll go next because my shit's off the dome. I'll go point guard Darren Williams, shooting guard Aaron Flalo, small forward LeBron James, power forward. Oh, that's tough. Power forward. Damn. I'd say power forward. I'd go Sean Kemp. I necessarily a center, but he played power forward too. And then for the center spot, one of my favorite centers of all time, Hassan Whiteside. I love Hassan Whiteside. One of my favorite players. Man, I watched him. One of my favorite moments, I watched him on, I think it was New Year's Day. He had a triple-double against the Bulls when he was on the Heat with 0.3 rebounds and blocks. Crazy. My sixth man, I'll do Jamal Crawford, one of my favorite basketball players of all time, but definitely sixth man. And then for a coach, I'd probably do Eric Spoelstra. Always fucked with his game, for real. He's a good coach.
Oh boy, guys, Phil.
I shouldn't. You should have taken. I should have. You should have none of mine.
No. I'm just. This is tough, man.
Boyce is looking at his fancy roster right now, just to pick it off.
No. Because I have my three favorite players of all time. Point guard, I'm gonna go Isaiah Thomas. Shooting guard, D Wade. Small forward, Kevin Durant. Power forward, Ben Wallace. Center, I'm gonna go with Shaq, and then sixth man, I'm going with OJ Mayo because
that was Lawrence's guy.
I fucking love OJ, man. Yeah.
Orange juice with the mayonnaise. He was a bucket coming out of USC. He was a certified bucket.
I don't think he can play in the league anymore, right? He got banned from the league.
Yeah, I think he got banned. I was sick. Because I used to in every basketball game, the backcourt off rip was D Wade and OJ.
He used to have that crazy afro too.
Yeah.
Young Kid Cudi.
That's when he started getting a little wild.
Yeah, he was fucked up then.
I was a huge Pistons fan too with that team. So I had to pick Ben Wallace. Ben Wallace he was a monster.
Hall of Fame eligible this year.
Right, and Paul Pierce.
He was a tank, bro. Like down in the paint, he was 6'8", 6'9". Presence was really 7'2". It was insane.
Hair made him 7'4".
And it was tough because I was gonna go with Rip, too. Hamilton. Like,
love the mask, man.
That Pistons team, man. Tayshaun Prince, Rasheed Wallace, like that team was special.
Detroit basketball.
Who you got as your coach?
My coach. I'm gonna go with. I completely forgot about that. Who was my favorite coach? I'll go with. What was the Pistons coach at that time? Was it Flip Saunders?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest, but it's probably Flip Saunders because
it probably was.
Yeah,
he was the coach for most of the years.
Yep. And then I remember they had the old Pistons shooting guard with Isaiah Thomas as the assistant. What's his name?
Joe Dumars?
Joe Dumars. I remember him being there too because my dad got me one of his trading cards because I was a huge fan during that time.
Kenny, how many do you have a Syracuse player in your top?
100%.
Come on, man.
I was making sure.
You got
Malachi Richardson.
Malachi. You gonna name all these people? They play for the
So we're gonna start off with Tyler Ennis.
This is Syracuse lineup for real. He gonna be like favorite coach, Jim Boeheim.
I'm going with Russell Westbrook.
Okay.
I loved watching Russ play. It's like Russ. I mean, it's not that he's like really far out of his prime, but Russ in his prime was like the most fun basketball player to watch. Like,
like watching, bro.
It's crazy.
He would drive to the rack 200.
Oh my! It was like watching. It was like watching Sonic play basketball. Like it was wild. I'm going with AI at the other guard spot.
You know, I'm gonna be disappointed.
I loved Allen Iverson as a child. Like he's why I started watching basketball
for sure.
Carmelo Anthony.
He's I think one of the most influential athletes of all time.
Bro, you know what's crazy, Kenny, is that people like obviously younger people that just started watching basketball don't know like Nuggets Melo like that.
No, and it's crazy to me. Like people like fight with me too. Like he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. Like you guys, like the things that Carmelo Anthony did with the basketball. Like before KD was KD, it was like hands down. Like Melo was the best scorer in basketball.
Yeah,
like it wasn't even close.
The Lakers match.
Yeah, the play like Melo Melo made the Nuggets relevant. The Nuggets sucked, and they've been relevant ever since Melo got there.
That man was a microwave on the court.
Who was the point guard for Carmelo his first couple of years in the Nuggets?
His first couple of years, he had Andre Miller there.
He also had
Earl Boykins. Yeah, well, that wasn't his first couple of years there.
Andre Miller wasn't bad.
It was after. Andre Miller was fucking garbage.
Then I'm going with LeBron James. Absolutely love Bron.
Yep.
I'm going with Shaq at center.
Yeah.
And my sixth man is the nut Deion Waiters out of Syracuse. And then my coach, just because I think that
he said, "Call me Champ Cheese now."
I think he was hilarious as a coach. His personality, Isaiah Thomas, when he coached the Knicks.
Oh, I forgot about that.
He was a clown. So,
bro,
when I was a child, my dad used to always get all the New York City papers. So I feel like every day Isaiah Thomas was on the back page for something ridiculous that he did or said the night before.
I forgot he was a coach, to be honest. Couple honorary mentions from my team, just because I was gonna say Ray Allen for shooting guard, but Phil took it, so I didn't want to copy him. For my coach, I was going to go Jason Kidd when he coached the Nets, but I decided to, his time with the Nets wasn't great. So
yeah, I was a huge Gary Payton and Sean Kemp fan.
Oh yeah, I love both.
He used to tell me all the time when the Oklahoma City Thunder kind of came. He's like, "You don't know about the real Sonics."
Yeah, Gary Payton, when he won a chip with Miami, so he was still relevant then. Yeah. Did he win with the Lakers too?
No, I don't think they ended up winning that.
He was with Karl Malone, I believe. Was it?
Yeah.
They were really
they were ring chasing.
Yeah, ring chasing.
Yeah,
but that's what all those guys talk about. These guys now ring chasing. Carl, you did the same thing, buddy.
Who cares? Go get your
ring.
No,
exactly. But
you put your time in the
league. I think Gary Payton said he didn't care. I think he got on ESPN and he was like, they should do it. Like,
no, yeah, he's real. But Karl Malone is one of the most opinionated people in the world, and like the stuff that Karl Malone has done, he should shut his mouth and never speak.
I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah, I think we're on the same page because I was about to blurt something out.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't
just check the age of his oldest son and check the age of the son's mother, and you tell me what kind of person Karl Malone is.
Right.
Oh Jesus! All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guidelines.
Piece of shit.
I didn't say nothing. I just told people to do math, and not that Common Core nonsense.
All right, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning into IBTE Sports Podcast. Any last words? Fellas, any last words? We're doing this every single time, so have something ready.
Peace, love, and prosperity.
All right, I like that. What you got, Kenny?
Take care of your mentals and your chicken.
All right, consistency is important.
Hello.
What you got, Phil? What you got for the people, man?
This is just a shout out to Danny Ainge, just like two weeks ago. Please.
In the arms of an angel.
I believe it's probably happened in Orlando because they said it earlier. But, Jeremy Grant will be nice. At least Jeremy Grant.
Oh, my God. Get over yourself.
Now we're going to Jeremy Grant? Hold on. What happened to the short list before?
That was a short list. Vucevic and Grant. Yeah.
Or Harrison Barnes. One of those three.
Harrison.
Okay.
Hold on.
The short list is getting taller.
Yeah, right. Like it's changing. Last words for me is enjoy your time every day. Be productive. Make the most of your day. That's all I got to say for this week. Appreciate these guys for being consistent. Make sure you guys check out our network page on all platforms at IBTE Network. Appreciate you guys for tuning in.
Wait.
Oh,
don't forget to. I'm going to be posting about the March Madness brackets. Remember, selection show is Sunday. The tournament starts next Friday. So when you join, you have until Friday to get your brackets in.
Yeah. And also, IBTE members get a discount on.
No, they don't. Don't listen to them. Don't let them get you feeling.
All right, fellas. Y'all crazy. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. We'll catch you later.